Welcome in, quick hitters. Welcome in, Goodymo short crew. The game is final. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This was another heart attack game. Not really pleased on how the Eagles played, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs can say the same thing. Especially all the drop balls they had in this game. They had every opportunity to win it just as well as we did, and luckily we was able to pull it out. But this was a sloppy offensive game for the Philadelphia Eagles from jump start. First half wasn't looking good at all. I mean, you can blame it on a lot of things if you want to. You can say the rain, whatever the case may be, on the road. No excuse. They weren't clean at all. It almost reminded me of the Super Bowl, the way this defense played. It's a lot of added players on this defense. I mean, playmakers all over the field. They didn't really make them tonight. Kansas City ran the hell out of the ball. And usually against our front seven, that usually don't happen. That's why I say this was a funky game tonight that I didn't recognize, and it does remind me of the Super Bowl. And it happened to be against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if it's just the Chiefs that make us play this way. This was actually worse than the Super Bowl, and they was able to pull it out in the end. Our defense, man, I mean, they showed up at the end. I mean, the last possession, of course, sealed the deal for us to win the game. But, I mean, receivers getting open. Pacheco, I mean, big gaps through the line he's running through. I mean, against our defensive front, you don't expect that much space. I don't know what the deal is. Jalen Hurts, I'm real critical of Jalen Hurts. I mean, I praise him as well. But in this game, now I know the offensive line wasn't holding. We got one of the best lines in the league. Tonight, it didn't look like it. He didn't have too much time sitting back there in the pocket. But a lot of those sacks was on Jalen Hurts. He does hold on to the ball too long. My situation with him is that he needs to get rid of that ball. If you know the offensive line is breaking down and Spagnuolo is running these schemes and they're getting there, they're pressuring good, you got to throw the ball away. Live to see another day. Don't hold on to the ball dancing around with it like you're playing Tecmo Bowl, like you're running away from defenders and trying to loop around and get between them. Throw the ball away. Live to see another down. You're going to throw interceptions. You turn it over, which we got real close in this game. You got that fumble back, but you did throw an interception on one play. But they was able to get it tonight. We blessed for that. Doesn't mean anything. Just another game, 9-1. And if Kansas City does not drop all these balls, this is a different game altogether. I mean, just dropped a touchdown pass. Completely smoked him. Leaned out, hit him right in the hands. Plenty of time on the clock. We could have came back, kicked the field goal, possibly scored a touchdown ourselves. Who knows at that point? But they would have scored a touchdown. Momentum would have swung. Pressure would have been on the Eagles to go down there and make something happen. And the way they've been moving the ball in this game, with no guarantee that they was going to go down there and even get a field goal. I mean, 3 and outs all night long. Offense was sputtered. I mean, luckily the defense had enough energy just to get stops late in this game. We put them on the field entirely too much and too long. Couldn't get the pressure on Mahomes, and then when we did get the pressure occasionally, he shakes loose. I don't know what it is with Mahomes, man. I mean, you're right there, you corral him, you're pulling on his jersey. This guy always slips by, get through, picks up a first down. I mean, 14, 15-yard scrambles when you have bodies all around him. I don't know, but that's why I call him the magician. Patty Magician Mahomes is what I call him, and I call him that for a reason. The guy is magical. Even on that last play, 4th and 23, he threads the needle, puts it right in the guy's hands, and what he does, he drops it. That's what I'm talking about. It's never over with this guy. If it wasn't for drop balls tonight for Kansas City, we might be looking at a different outcome. A different outcome. But we're not going to apologize for him. I mean, it's football. Crazy things happen. I think we could say a lot of things on our end as well. I mean, if we didn't get that roughing the passer, giving them all the way down to the 50, well, they would have made it down there. Both teams had opportunities. Kansas City gonna kick themselves tonight. We would have lost. We'd have kicked ourselves tonight. Because just as well as they was 3 and out, we had every opportunity to run points up on the board, and we kept sputtering. Kept sputtering on offense. So this is just a terrible game. If you're a Chiefs fan, if you're an Eagles fan, watching the offense. I was beside myself what I was watching, especially on defense. These two teams were on a bye week. I don't know if you want to throw that in there. Well, they're a little rusty. Did it take them a little time to get going? Weather conditions. Or you can say, well, they had enough time to game plan. They know what each team was doing. They was waiting on it. That's why it was a low-scoring game. You can put all these factors involved in it. But the main thing, they pulled the game out. It was tough. It was gritty. It was sloppy. It was off schedule. But they found a way to make the big plays to win this game. Going over the top to Smith was huge. Needed that. Biggest play of the game. So, tough game. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean we own the Chiefs. Don't mean we can beat the Chiefs now every time we play them. It's a game they had to get, and they got it. Just for the psyche and the mind, especially coming off that Super Bowl. So you know now when you play this team in the Super Bowl again, you get that opportunity. You know you can beat them. You know you can beat them. That'll take you a long way. But Monday Night Football doesn't get any better than this. Especially when you're able to pull it out and get a win. Escape Kansas City with a win. Jalen Hurts, you played your ass off. You played well this year. Big moment games, you got to be quick on the twitch. You took a lot of sacks and stalled out drives for no reason. Throw the ball away. If it's not there, throw the ball away. I wish you just take off running with it. Wish y'all might have looked at some at halftime because you started doing quarterback draws and you start running a lot quicker on drop backs. Wish you'd have opened up that way, but you can't sit back there dancing around. That's how you lose the ball, and you known for fumbling and crucial times, and luckily you got that one ball back. But yeah, man, drop back. If it's not there, escape the pocket. That's your best friend. Escape the pocket. Your percentage is real high on the run, running to that sideline. You always find somebody open, somebody cutting loose for a first down. If not, throw it away. Or get as many yards as you can. Hey, punt the football. Punting the football is not a bad play, but turning it over is. So good gutty win by the Eagles. Like I said, it wasn't pretty. It was sloppy, but we got it. At least I'll be able to get some sleep. The guy who dropped that touchdown pass, he's not going to sleep at all. Few of those receivers not going to sleep. But he had about 3-4 drop passes in this game. They lead the league, so it ain't like, it was just something that just happened out of the ordinary. They've been doing this all season long, dropping passes. Like they say, they lead the NFL. So it don't have nothing to do with the rain or who they're playing. They just got to get that fixed for us, Kansas City. Just don't get it fixed when we play. That's all I got to say. But let's check out this box score real quick. See what's going on with that. Here we go. Jalen Hurts, 14 for 22. 150 yards. 6.8 on average. He had 1 interception. As you can see, not many yards thrown here. Not at all. That's how sloppy this offense was. They couldn't move the ball. A lot of sputtered out drives. Just couldn't complete passes to get first downs. 14 for 22, that's not bad, but you wasn't going anywhere. I don't know, him and A.J. Brown went on the same page. I think A.J. Brown wanted to go deep. He threw it short, got it picked off. But like I said, mistakes like that in a type of ball game this is, you can't make them. Luckily, that didn't cost them too bad to even lose this game, but you got to be real precise where you're going with the football when you're playing somebody like the Kansas City Chiefs. So that was unfortunate there for that interception, but like I said, this stat line here just lets you know how the offense was bogged down. They couldn't do anything. DeAndre Swift, great running by him. This guy here is a home run hitter. You can have him bottled and trapped all game long, then when he slithers loose, he can have 12 carries for 76 yards. He's a home run hitter. He can take it to the house. So you got to pay attention to him. 6.3 on average. He had a touchdown. I think he shook it loose for us a little bit when our offense couldn't go anywhere. Hand him the ball when he can do it with less carries, only 12 carries for 76. Jalen Hurts did okay for us running, 12 for 29. I mean, nothing to jump out at the charts. He didn't even average 3 yards a carry, but at least he was trying to run the ball. He started figuring it out and started dropping back and doing draws or just escaping the pocket. And that's what he should have done in the first half. But at least they made some adjustments when they went into halftime and got that cleaned up. Guy who saved the game with that big catch. 6 catches for 99 yards, 15.5 on average. 41 was his long. He got 8 targets. Big catch by him. Big throw by Hurts. Hurts underthrew it. Luckily, it was a bigger catch than it was a throw. Because Devontae Smith had to adjust to that ball. He had to slow down a little bit, let it fall right in the bread basket, clutch it on real tight, make sure he got the catch. Other than that, it would have been a touchdown. If it would have been a perfectly thrown ball, it would have been a touchdown. But great readjustment on the football by Devontae Smith. DeAndre Swift, few carries, 3 catches for 31 yards. 10.3 on average, 20 was his long, he had 3 targets. A.J. Brown. Whenever you can win an ugly game without A.J. Brown being a significant part of the offense, you escaped. You escaped and you got to be blessed. Glad he didn't argue too much. It was about the team winning this game any way you can do it, and they won it ugly. He only had 4 targets. I was a little frustrated because they weren't taking the top off the roof until they went to Devontae Smith. But other than that, they didn't take a lot of shots to A.J. Brown down the field, and that was frustrating me a little bit. I don't care if he's covered. He's thinking the same thing. Get the ball up to me in the air and let me make a play. Because if anything, I mean, the offensive line wasn't holding. Just drop back, throw a bomb to him. Our offense wasn't doing anything at that point. You have to shake it up and make something happen. I don't know why they didn't do that. And there's something else I didn't mention. The offensive play calling was terrible tonight in this game for the Eagles. Terrible play calling. All these quick out routes, which Kansas City was already on top of that. These quick screens, when you need to get down the field when the offense wasn't moving, that's not what you need to go to. So I didn't understand that. Some of the run plays, the timing of the run plays, terrible. Terrible, these option runs. What is Hurts doing holding on to the ball too long, not making a quick decision whether he's going to keep the ball and run it or he's going to give it to Swift? We got a 3 and out on that as well. Just not being sharp. And I mean, the Eagles escaped. They really escaped. Julio Jones got him 2 catches. Didn't go anywhere. What, he got 2.5 yards on each one? Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's not good.
But hey, dust him off, man. He want to be part of the action. Put him out there. Put him out there. Man trying to get him a ring. Just put him out there. Jalen Hurts had that fumble. Luckily, he recovered it. Team had 2 fumbles altogether. Kevin Byrd, good for him. Guy just joined the team. He's out there making plays. He got the interception in the end zone. He's out there making tackles. So good for him. He's trying to go to the Super Bowl, get him a ring as well. Reed Blankenship, 7 solo. Zach Cunningham, he has 6 solo. Patty Mahomes, Patrick Magician Mahomes, 24 for 43. He's going to have the attempts. It's one thing you can count on with Patrick Mahomes going in any game. He's going to have about 50 plus on average attempts. But he didn't have a big game as well on yardage, 177. Told you this was a funky game. It's a funky game. But he'd have been well close to 300 yards if he didn't have all those drop balls. Let's be honest about that. 4.1 on average. That is very low for him. Very low. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. We only sacked the guy 1 time. That's why I say, man, you can get there, but how many times we were there pressuring? How many times we got a glove on him? Can't get him down on the ground. That's been the problem in the Super Bowl, and it's been the problem tonight. The guy just finds a way to escape. He's the magician. He is the magician. Pacheco, guy was a pain in our ass the whole night long. This man just a boat of energy. He don't get tired. Like a little water bug just squirting through the line of scrimmage, picking up yardage, spurting through. 19 carries for 89 yards for this little guy. Almost averaging 5 yards. Magician Mahomes, 6 carries for 38, 6.3 on average. Yeah, his receivers was just terrible. Luckily to keep Travis Kelce under 100 yards receiving. But, I'm just going to mark this up to great game planning on both sides. For the Chiefs and for the Eagles. They was on a bye week. They had extra time to really look at each other. They played each other enough, but they had stuff on film. They dissected. Kind of showed in this game. That's the reason why they could have played ugly. Well, the offense couldn't get it going on both sides for a while. It just sputtered. We can use that for an excuse, or you can say bad weather. You can just say both of these defenses were just so great. We can say a whole lot of different combinations and things about this game and why it was played the way it was. Like I said, we just got to be blessed we came out on top. Because this thing could have went another way, quick and fast and easy. Quick, fast, and easy. Let's look at these team stats real quick. 16 by the Eagles, 23 by the Chiefs. First downs. Third down efficiency, 3 for 11 for the Eagles. 8 for 17 for the Chiefs. This is definitely so piss poor. Can't say it enough times. Couldn't get anything going. Look at yards per play from both of these teams. These are high-powered offenses we're talking about. You can call it evenly matched. You can call it what you want to call it. Passing yards, 124, 168. It's always different because of the player stats are always different than the team stats. Because they do minus in the sacks that takes away from your yardage. So they will do that on the team stats. They won't do it on player stats, but in team stats, they will minus those sacks that you get. rushing 114 to 168. They got us on that, obviously. Luckily, Swift had that big run, spurred through a couple of times and patched this up. But yeah, that was on us on the run the whole night. Penalties, pretty even. 7 times penalized for 61 yards. Chiefs was 7 times penalized for 55 yards. 1 and 2 on the turnover ratio. So they both was equally ugly, if you want to say that. Equally ugly game. Total plays, we had 54 plays, they 74 plays. Ugly game. Ugly game. But that ought to do it. Eagles got lucky tonight to pull this game out on the road with turnovers, with 3 and outs. We're not doing basically anything on offense, but got the big play. They got the lead, but wasn't pretty at all. So 9-1 moving on. Kansas City, they're going to look at the film. They're going to see all the drop passes. They're going to see all the missed opportunities. They're going to kick themselves, and they're just going to go back in the next week. Try to get it better. That's all you can do. But y'all enjoy yourself, the G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. This is Making It Monday. Late Making It Monday. We going into Terrible Tuesday now. And I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers. I appreciate it. Don't think I don't. I appreciate it. So y'all enjoy yourselves and have a good night. Get some rest. We out of here. Peace.